be reallocated to bump this project up in the queue? Is that?
Well, there have been discussions with Bobby Lewis, who's COO of NCDOT, so the money would not be lost. Okay, now as to how it would be reallocated, there is a scoring function. It all depends on how well this project would score. It would seem to me that this would be a fairly critical project in order to connect two major sections of the city to each other and promote bicycle and pedestrian access. And so I would hope that it would score reasonably high. But I'd like to, mention this and throw this out there as a possibility. I would much rather see that we're doing more to promote bicycle and pedestrian modes of transportation rather than continuing to widen roads for more cars, which is what's being proposed with Falls of Neuse.
I guess, do you maybe know a time frame? I mean, if we come back next month, would we be able to make a motion and know that you're not going to widen it?
There's time.
Okay.
The Transportation Committee will not meet until August. Okay, and the project for Falls of Neuse is at an early design phase right at the moment, so there's plenty of opportunity to make changes.
I was wondering if there's an opportunity, does the public input have something to do with the scoring?
The scoring that's available, not so much through the MPO level, it's more with the division. So this is something that the NCDOT division engineer has some discretionary authority to assign points, and so they are seeking feedback associated with this. So that would inform the division engineer's decision making.
Right. Well, it was, as Mary said, and we have visitors in the audience, there is community very interested in this, so I just want to make sure they know how to go be as proactive as possible, whether it's with council or with, the DOT folks or wherever they can be actively engaged. I think it's,
I'm being a carrier pigeon, don't worry.
Well, I mean, and like you said, it's on next door. People are talking about this topic. So I guess I would love to make sure that talk isn't just in this room with, our few hundred people.
Absolutely, and I don't want to confuse issues here. The funding that's discussed for Falls of Neuse would not have any bearing on pedestrian and bike projects on Atlantic Avenue. They come from two different funding sources.
I beg to differ with you, Mr. Transportation Director. I think, this is a political situation, and it's a political situation in which those of us who are the politicians have to make sure that we're doing the right thing by the city. And on the one hand, we have a project where with a huge amount of opposition to it, and another project where there is a huge amount of support. And it seems to me that if we go ahead with the project that doesn't have the support and don't do the project, or wait 10 years to do the project before we can, that does have support, then that's a huge disconnect between council and the state and the citizens. And I'm really very much interested in getting our transportation priorities in alignment with what the citizens of the city want to do.
And we're not saying that Atlantic Avenue is not a priority. All I'm saying is that the funding sources don't align.
But I think that's a discussion that we're having and will continue to have probably at a higher level of government.
Yeah, I think I definitely see the goal here is to use the minutes of this meeting and the link that we'll get in the minutes to get the word out, and then those who are attending and those who are interested can funnel that information at Open Door.